I didn't remember that this verse existed, but it's in Doctrine and Covenants, section 124. It's verse 6. The Lord is telling Joseph Smith that he needs to bear his testimony to the four corners of the earth, to all of the leaders of the Americas and all the other nations of the earth. And he says, it will be given you by the Holy Ghost to know my will concerning those kings and authorities, even what shall befall them in the time to come. In verse 6 he says, For behold, I am about to call upon them to give heed to the light and glory of Zion, for the set time has come to favor her. So the Lord is saying that now is the time that I begin to gather Zion, or that I begin to gather Israel. That's what it sounds like to me, because he is doing that. And I still haven't grasped what the Spirit's trying to tell me about it, but it really stuck out to me, like Isaiah's prophecies are being fulfilled. And then another verse that had always perplexed me, I'm opening my scriptures here so I could find it. It's an Isaiah verse. This is 2 Nephi chapter 8, verse 12, but it's also in Isaiah 51, I think. It says, I am he, yea, I am he that comforteth you. Behold, who art thou, that thou shouldst be afraid of man, who shall die, and of the Son of Man, who shall be made like unto grass. And then in verse 7 of Doctrine and Covenants 124, he says, Call you therefore upon them with a loud proclamation, and with your testimony, fearing them not. For they are as grass, and all their glory as the flower thereof, which soon falleth, that they may be left also without excuse. I had always thought verse 12 was saying that Jesus would be made like grass, and I was like, what? What? But I think the comma there in verse 12 of chapter 8 is where he says, And of the Son of Man, comma, who shall be made like unto grass? So I think he's saying, who's going to be made unto grass? Not the Son of Man, but the nations and the rulers of the earth shall be brought low and be as nothing. I think that's just an insight that I had, but I'm not sure what all the Spirit's trying to tell me about that. So hopefully there'll be more to come.